do is run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell them run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell them run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it. It's about to be a KO. Now the business bitch, she gotta stack a couple pesos. I'm about to play the picture, gotta lay on. Already turned up, took a shot at quarter lay on. Trying to say I can really that shit out. I'm just trying to run it like I'm running from the loud. Cause you know I gotta get it for my children. You beat like bitch me in the field. Okay, I think it's time to level up. Them niggas ain't special, bro. Them niggas just regular. Me, I'm a heavyweight, trying to run in every state. Lot of soldiers, whole lot of race. Watch me regulate. You know we taking round, cause we ain't playing round. If the nigga ain't got the heart, tell him stand out. Put your hands down. Please, somebody call the police. It's a man down. We was running. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell them run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell them run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I ever did was run it. This one West all of these fools and dummies. Get the fuck with all of that fake shit in that front. Got a heater like it's sunny, bullets bouncing off with a drum like a punch. Pump my gas, messing this pump. Gon' sound like a stutter. You know the bitch a hoe and you still had to go cover. Fell out to undercover, so fuck with you bad fuckers. Got shooters flanked by the double. Splash brothers, whoosh. That shit knowing my name when I'm stacking my chains. Never package that cocaine, cause I don't touch it. Most my people go the same, but I'm focused on making change. You a brother, so nigga, I won't fuck her. Better choose wiser. This shit look like MacGyver made these revisers. True colors with this knowledge, yeah, my $2. You stuck on popping collars with your $2. I'm just trying to separate like I got 2 islands. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell them run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it. All I wanna do is run it. Get the money, tell them run it. Ain't no problem if you want it. All my niggas want it. All I wanna do is run it.
Yeah, Lord, I hope you hear my prayer. Because we really down here. You know my pain, what I'm going through. We know it's real, so can you follow through? Father, have mercy on the call. You got to see that CC first and second. Come on, man. They say they want to hear that raw shit. All these niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better hold it close. Like the players that they make it wrong for it. See me, they like, ooh, keep stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gonna stop me. They say they want to hear that raw shit. I'm on my way. Putting the ball like the bullshit. These niggas, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body. These niggas right beside me. Damn, man, I broke my arm. Going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop me. these niggas garbage. So watch your mouth, boy. I'm coming all black, slithering, house coming out, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like a damn big cut. Listen to me, ain't no 144 with them both going around over niggas. We dirty like a snake in a back door. Five in the corner like a bum with a back door. I'm a lead like him. Keep on sobbing, got this bitch on that. Got the drip, I be hit the bitch with the soap. It ain't rap, it's a soap. Can't take some bitch, listen with the call. They said they wanna hit it rough. These niggas claim me that they boss. These niggas better go and coach. Watch the play, hit they make it wrong for it. It's all money, no funny, think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's one west. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers down on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before the time, there ain't no power to me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder, you ain't calling a week. And they're looking on his feet. Yeah, like it was done. Got them killers rolling with me. They all red, rum, red, rum, red, rum. Got you fucking scared, son. Get the banging on his feet. So I fucking hear him. Black, black, red, drum. Like a yellow, only you ain't got a mess. I say just red one. Feeling like a legend in this shit, little nigga. I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, little nigga. I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like ass catcher. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like white nuts, but we all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, what you do in life. These hands are root GPS, mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibe. Every standard all fitted, we know the rhyme. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Know the spark, you know we're animals when we fuck them rhyme. We back again, no cap, when I'm with cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we.
Water, sir. Something going on with the ISUPK Syracuse page. So I'm going to do it on my page today, for Facebook. Go ahead and subscribe. The water says I appreciate you sharing it. All right. Shalom, Israel. Like I said, it's an issue going on with the ISUPK Syracuse Facebook page. So I'm on my page today with it. Okay. And if you could, Baba Kashaw, like and subscribe. ISUPK Upstate, NY. It's all money, no funny, think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's one west. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers down on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before the time, there ain't no power to me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder, you ain't calling a week. Yeah, they're looking on his feet. Yeah, like it was done. Got them killers rolling with me. They all red, rum, red, rum, red, rum. Got you fucking scared, son. Get the banging on his feet. So I fucking hear him. Black, black, red, drum. Like a yellow, only you ain't got a mess. I say just you live. Feeling like a legend in this shit, little nigga. I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, little nigga. I'm past second. Guns,
I gotta have them all like ass catcher. Shotty break the nigga ribs up like it's white nuts, but we all steppin'. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, I talk at height. That judge giving out 5, what you do in life? These hands are root GPS, mean right? That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. Every Stanton all fitted, we know the rhyme. I keep a 144 because I know what kind. Know the spark, you know we're animals when we fall and ride. We back again, no cap, when I'm with cap again. Yeah, they said they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they want to hit it wrong. When they get click and they wrong. They get a bit of holy ghost. But I'm better than they get the wrong. See me like, people tell me, I'm on my way here, when they ain't stop me. Say they want to hit it wrong. Coming from like the worst.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Shalaki, if I could, I'm gonna play this one.
Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. We know that you're real, so can you follow through? Father, have mercy on the call. So I was waiting at the play with. I was maturing up to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through. We know that you're real, so can you follow through? Father, have mercy on the call. But I just want to follow. So I was waiting at the play with. I was maturing up to say the same shit.
We'll jump right into it after this track.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The hidden truth revealed, ISUPK.
Boy, look, I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps.
Salam.
Shit sweet, got souls on deck, and my younger did a sweet. This a whole nother way, boy. Tell them get the fuck off the beach.
Shalom. Right to all the brothers. Shalom, y'all watching Shabbat. To all the sisters, Shalom, y'all with Shamal, the Sabah, Shimmy, Most in Christ to all y'all. Sarah Renah, Wanda Brown, Shar, how you doing? What's up, Bob? My Aunt Dad. Bot. Shalom, Bot. How you doing? Tampa Bay. Mighty men down there in Florida. Shalom, sister. Malawan, y'all. Sabal, shout out to you, officer. Mighty man, good brother, man.
I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my younger did a sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. They come through all black, gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat.
So why for y'all patience? Holding it down with me. Jump right into it. Real with it.
On my drinks was in the field with it. You saw this guy listen at the Uncle Phil with it. And if my target's on the move, I can steal it. Hey, I speak true cause
necessary. Color Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commanding General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's for time for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. But with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we pace. We form up in ranks. We body back. Go and treat. All right, we're gonna play the rest of that at the. Woo, that's fire. That joint is hard to the core. Man. Oh. I ain't put it over yet. I thought I shared it with y'all so y'all could watch it on the joint. It's a lot here. All right. Okay. I wanted y'all to watch the video with me. Okay. All right, we on the YouTube. Make sure we get through the YouTube. All right, here we go. The water for y'all patience. And like I said, okay, make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, for some reason it's still doing that. Like and subscribe. Our YouTube page is ISUPK UPSTATENY. Upstate NY. And Upstate NY is one word. Okay, ISUPK space UPSTATENY. Upstate NY. All right, ISUPK Upstate NY. The Facebook page, for some reason it's not connecting when I'm trying to transfer it over. So that's why I'm doing it on my YAHANNA, my Facebook page today. But if you brothers and sisters could share, I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Okay. Clapping it up. Okay. Captain of 10,000. Captain of YAHANNA. All right. Priest and captain of the ISUPK under commanding General YAHANNA. Right. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of who the Most High is, the God of the Bible. All right. Yahweh is his name in the Hebrew. Okay. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is our power. All right. And he chose us unto him. Now, when I say our, because we teach who the true people of this Bible are, the true 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negro, the so-called West Indian, the so-called Hispanic, the so-called natives, indigenous of North, Central, and South America. Okay, and we make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are scattered abroad, but we are concentrated in this hellhole called North America, North, Central, and South America. All right, and this is the Hidden Truth Revealed, where we bring this information out. Okay, and as we bring this information out, okay, you know, we do all these videos and research this information because we've been raised up. Okay, by commanding General YAHANNA, he raised up these generals. Okay, I got these 2 articles today that I want to go over. He raised up these generals and the captains, the officers, okay, and the troopers and the sisters in the school. Okay, shout out to all you brothers and sisters that are diligent in your work. Let me see. Come on, man. What's going on today? We on? Okay, yeah. We on? Okay. For some reason, it's giving me a bad reverb. All right. So, like I'm saying, I talk loud anyway. I'm talking too much. But like I'm saying, Commanding General YAHANNA held down what was passed down to him, which was nothing but glory and righteous. It's the law, statutes, and commandments of this Bible. All right. The true understanding of who our king is. Yahawashi Mashiach. Yahawashi Mashiach, which the world mistranslates to Jesus Christ. Okay. And you might hear us use those terms, Jesus Christ, just for everybody's understanding as we're reading the scriptures, for people who are coming in as students or listening or have questions. So if you got any questions or comments, go ahead and pop them in. Go ahead and pop them in. I appreciate it. We can talk about it. This is the Hidden Truth Revealed. every Monday at 12 p.m. noon. All right, it's a radio show. It's active, so make sure y'all comment. Throw them comments in there, them questions. Okay, today's show is specifically about us being put to sleep. All right, how black people are easily put to sleep. Our people are easily put to sleep. And when I say black, once again, I'm speaking of all the 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanics, and natives, okay, and those in the islands in Central and South America, okay, indigenous of North America, Mexico, all that, all right, okay, all the slaves in the transatlantic slave trade, okay, all right, that built up these countries, specifically this country, America, all right, okay. And with that, we talk about all people being put to sleep. And why are our people so easily put to sleep? Okay. Y'all got a comment on that. Okay. Okay. We're going to touch on, we got an article about politics and how blacks have accepted Ralph Northam. All right. Ralph Northam, I think he was became recent governor of Virginia. And what he did was he went ahead, like some years ago, they found he painted his face black, did the blackface thing, and ridicule and mock and make fun of and disrespect our people, okay, black people, okay, and so we're gonna get into that. We're also going to talk about Spelman College. Spelman College is HBCU that now accepts transgender. All right, okay, and this weekend is Juneteenth. So we can talk about Juneteenth a little bit, but speak on the truth of what's going on with how that's been taken away from us, okay? Because we're easily put to sleep. We're easily put to sleep, okay? All right. So y'all got any questions or comments? Go ahead and pop them in. All right, and make sure you pay your tithes. You come into the school. I just want to say this real quick, like a commercial. Check out Command and General YAHANNA tonight, every Monday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. All right. We have a great class before that. Right before that, General Muhammad has a class where he takes questions, scriptural breakdown, where he takes the questions, your scriptural questions, or your religious questions, spiritual questions, whatever it may be. All right. Commander General YAHANNA raised up General Muhammad true and true indeed. So that class is always a powerful class. There's always clips taken from that class because of the information being so heavy and influential and vital to us. All right. Same with Commander General YAHANNA's show tonight. That show is always rocking. And his show is, he always does the show on Wednesday and Saturdays at 9 o'clock p.m. as well. Okay. All right. All right. The water sis. All right. She's saying she got to go to her slave. All right. Shout out to Officer Zion on Yumyan down there in Gulfport, Mississippi. Mississippi's growing. I appreciate you brothers down there. Taza Doc doing a mighty work down there. All right. Okay. So shalom. Shout out to you, sis. I appreciate you. All right. Shout out to that mighty man down there in Mississippi, man. Okay. All right. So, like I said, black people easily put to sleep. We lost our fight, man. We don't have no fight no more. We don't have a fight no more. You know how we don't have a fight no more? We don't even fight against the wickedness of ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like we don't really have a fight like we supposed to. And I be like, damn, do I care too much? Is it me? Is it me? Do I care just too much? Am I the one that just cares too much? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's me. Maybe I just care too much. Okay? I don't know. It's like, damn, is it just the ISUPK? And that's what it's come down to. I'm being honest. It's come down to where it's like, it's just the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge that really cares. That we see something and we speak on it. We stand up for it or we stand against it. And we do it immediately and we do it according to the higher power. And it's sad because I'm not seeing nobody else do that. And it's sad, but it's just like, man, we got to get out here and fish. We got to get out here and get our brothers and sisters. Because nobody... All right. Okay. Genesis chapter 49. Let me start off with this, y'all. Let me start off with this, why I say what I say. Okay. Why I start off with this, okay? And I'm just using the sister as an example, all right, of how destroyed and lost and how we fell so far away. Okay? All right? We just lost our fight, man. All right? And we got to come back to it. All right? So, like I said, you got any questions or comments, go ahead and pop them in. All right? Okay? Let me start with the scripture. I'll go back to the scripture. I'm going to start with the scripture. Genesis chapter 49. Genesis chapter 49. I'm going to start with verse 8. All right? And these scriptures in Genesis chapter 49 give the characteristics or the personality or the spirit of these tribes, of each tribe. All right? And what happens is Sharaj, Shalom Sharaj, Officer 50 in Rochester. What happens is these scriptures are prophetic because it identifies with who we are. All right? So it's deep. Okay? And the scripture is about Judah, but it encompasses all the 12 tribes because Judah is the head tribe. All right? Because the king comes out of Judah. So it's the head tribe, not saying that it takes precedence over the other tribes. It's just the head tribe, right? So with that being said, this scripture is the spirit of all Israel as well as Judah. All right? And Judah is the so-called Negro. Okay? Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thine hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Meaning, we are to where we can fight our enemies and our hand will be at the neck of our enemies. That's us fighting always and being in a fighting spirit. And our enemies will always feel us because our hands will be in the neck of our enemies. Okay? That's how it should be. When you have enemies, you should always be at war with your enemy. Even if you're being cordial, even if you were at a state of peace at the moment, you still understand that this is your enemy and we still at war. How can that be done? How can that be done, y'all? How is that done? How can you be at peace and still be at war? Anybody? The troopers or the officers? How can we still be at peace and still be at war? It's something with our people. Hold on, y'all. Salakia. Shalom, peace. Is this an emergency? Okay, I'm doing the show right now. Oh, Salakia, y'all. Salakia about that. Okay. So if y'all could type that in. How can we be at peace and be at war at the same time? Sharash, Sharash might have the answer. Okay, or anybody, go ahead, pop that in. Okay, all right, okay, because we supposed to be always. It's and I was thinking about it because I was thinking about how on the left hand side, when I say on the left hand side, I'm saying you can still tell the spirit or the characteristics of Israel, right? Even though they're not righteous, and we should be righteous. When I say the left hand side, I'm saying like in our wickedness or in our deviancy of us going away from our Father, going away from the Lord's statutes and commandments, right? Like gangster rap and rap music and hardcore rap music. Like the 90s, I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I really enjoyed the 90s. And I really enjoyed that time of rap music and hip hop. The brothers was talking about selling drugs and murdering other brothers. But the masculinity or the spirit behind it showed that you always have to be in a masculine spirit, a warlike spirit as a man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as a man, you always should be in a warlike spirit. Okay? We bring it out in the ISUPK all the time. When you look at sports, when you look at our men, our brothers, right? You look at them because they playing these sports because these sports are to symbolize war and what it takes to be in a war. Like these brothers are lifting weights, they're exercising, they're on specific diets. And then they get in the ring, the boxing ring or the UFC ring or on basketball courts, soccer fields, football fields. And they're competing. And it's like intense because it's war. The mentality behind it is war. Right? The mentality behind it is war. So what state of being should we always be in? That's what I'm saying. Now, if we were to take that and be on the righteous side, we would know who our enemy is. And we would always be prepared for war. Always have in your mind that you are battling. Even when you battle yourself, coming into the truth, you got to battle your flesh. You at war with yourself. You at war with society, with philosophy, with all these religions getting inside your mind. You at war. And once you think that you're not at war, which happens to black people, then you lose. That's why we lost. That's why we're easily put to sleep. Because we don't think that we at war anymore. We don't consider that. We're not looking at it like, yo, we supposed to be battling, man. We got enemies that are oppressing us. This entire world is against the 12 tribes of Israel. Hates and despise the 12 tribes of Israel. And they used crafty counsel. I'm going to get that preset. But let me finish right here, right? And y'all just pop in what it means to be at peace and at war at the same time. Okay? All right? Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Like that neck, that hand in the neck of thy enemies. Don't overlook that as something light. Okay? We supposed to be on front line. We're supposed to be on the front line. And our leadership, we need righteous leadership. We need true righteous leaders that are not in it for vain glory, that are not in it that have no solution. Right? I'll be watching Kevin Samuels clips, right? And I'm watching it, and in this cat, We already went over he's a sodomite, right? But this cat has no solution. But everybody continues to call him and call him and call him and promote him. And take him as if he's a leader, as if he's viable. But if you ever listen to him, he doesn't come to a solution. Our people don't have a solution. That means that we're not understanding that we're in war. When you're in war, you have a solution to the battle. You have a solution to the conflict. The reason why you are fighting, who you are fighting against, who you are, and where you get your power from, and what must be done in order for us to win. We don't have that. You know what we're doing? You know what we're doing? This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing because we have no leadership. We fight the police, right? We go against the police and we say, yeah, let's go against the police. Let's go against oppression. Let's fight against the oppressor. And this is what ends up happening. This is what ends up happening. Our women are half naked, twerking on the cop cars. I thought we had war with the police. I thought we battling against the police. The police are killing us. I'm not talking figuratively. They are literally murdering us. Literally murdering us. While we battling against the police, while we murdering each other in all our cities, we easily put to sleep. You know what puts us to sleep? Sex. Sex. Flesh. Sex put our minds to thinking that we not at war anymore. It's crazy, man. This is sad. This is horrible. And look at our brothers. Look at our men. Look at us as a people. We're going to walk up to it and we're going to dance with the woman on the side of the cop cars and record it. This is the state that we in as a people, man. And we don't look at this like we losing a war against our enemy. The oppressor is winning. Because while we doing all this twerking madness like this, we thinking that, let me see here. We thinking that because of the mentality, right? Play this one. Because of the mentality comes from the Democratic Party or some type of a leader or somebody with a voice.
Start with local 10's Janine Stanwood, who's live in Miami Beach, where cops say they have.
Salakia, yo. Okay. Salakia. I'm going to just let it go and I'm going to be talking while I let it go until it gets to the point. Okay? Now, we as a people continue to do what? Continue to lose this battle. And we God's chosen people. We God's chosen people, man. We God's chosen people. So as we fight the police, you know what we doing at the same. We want to get high and party and drunk. I'm just trying to find that one scene. I'm just looking for that scene, Salaki. I think it's here. Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought it was in this scene. But yeah, it says that there were even women who jumped on a police car to twerk. Like, this is us as a people, man. This is us as a people. Let me get back to it. All right, let me take it back to the top. All right, in the scripture. So if you could, go ahead and pop in your questions or your comments. All right? It's more interactive. So rock with me. Our hands should be at the neck of our enemy. We should always be thinking about war and oppression. Why? Why should we always have in our mind war against our oppressor? Why? Why is that? Because we would lose, man. We're going to die. We would die. Because your enemy not sleeping. The enemy does not sleep. Satan's purpose is to get you off track. And who is the devil on earth? The devil has a connection with Satan. When I say the devil, I'm talking about the nations of people that are doing the works of Satan, that are invested in wickedness, right? They're invested in wickedness, which means they're invested in your destruction. They not sleeping. They staying on point with it. They want drugs to continue to be sold in our communities. They want us to do all the drugs. They want us to smoke all the weed, sniff all the coke, smoke all the crack, heroin, pills, meth, spike, cigarettes, whatever you think, whatever it is, you name it. They want us to use all these drugs. Because if we don't use drugs, then we can fight back. Then we can move to a state of power. If we at the neck of our enemy, meaning that eventually we can overcome him. Do you not want to overcome your enemy? Do you not want to overcome your enemy? Christianity done destroyed us badly. Christianity has destroyed us so bad that we don't want to overcome our enemy. We want to join our enemy. We want to come together with our enemy. So when your enemy is crafty, he knows how to manipulate and use that. He knows how to utilize that to continue to rule over you and keep you in a state of begging. Keep you in a state of pleading and begging, crying. Right? Verse 9. This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. What's a whelp? What's a whelp? Judah is a lion's whelp. All right, I'm going to get that definition. Judah is a lion's whelp. There it is. A cub, meaning it's a young lion. Judah is a young lion. So what's good about that young lion? What's good about the young lion? What's positive about being young or youthful? What's positive about that? Princess Bayan Shalom says, what's positive about that? What's positive about being youthful or in a mind state of being young or youthful. Judah is a lion's whelp. So what's great about that? Come on, y'all, pop it in. Work with me. What's great about Judah being young, youthful? What does that signify? What does it signify? What does it signify when something is youthful? Why does the NFL or the NBA, why do they draft you out of college? Why do they draft you when you're 20, 21, 22? Does the NBA send out scouts for 35-year-old basketball players? Do they send out scouts for 40-year-old basketball players? Does the NFL send out scouts for 40-year-old football players? Do they do that? What specific demographic are they looking for? The military. Why would the military go and want you at 18? Why does the military want you at 18? Kazak Ahmad, you still on? Shalom, mighty man down there in DC. Kazak Ahmad, why does the military, when I say the military, I'm not talking about the military of Christ. I'm not talking about the military of the Most High. I'm talking about militaries on the planet, the carnal militaries, right? The earthly nations, the nations on the earth militaries, they usually generally draft or want men between the ages of 18 and 20. Why? Why is that? Why do they want a young mind? Why is a young mind preferable? Why is a young mind preferable? Pop it in there. I'll type it in. Type it in the chat. Type it in on the video, on the Facebook. Type it in on YouTube. Why is a young mind preferable? Lion's whelp means a cub. A cub. Right? It's a cub. Now, the reason why it's saying Judah is a lion's whelp is young, because of fire, because of energy, because of exuberance. When you get the mentality of a young person or youth, and then it can translate into physical action, you have a better outcome. That's why you would want what? You would want a younger man in a military, right? Because now his mind can fully get the understanding of this duty of battling, and now he can push that in a fight. So that's why in Genesis chapter 49 verse 9 it says Judah is a lion's whelp, meaning a young lion, a cub, which is something that's always ready to fight, always ready to fight, understanding that you built for this. You built for this. So that's a good thing. That's the positive behind it. But the negative behind it is when you have a young mentality, a young mind, you're easily what? Manipulated. Easily manipulated, right? I was looking at the sister, right? The sister had Megan Thee Stallion, right? She's coming out with a hair product. So Salakia, all right? Oh, I can't show it. Okay. But she's got this afro. I'm trying to figure out how I could without the wickedness, y'all. And I apologize. She's coming out with hair products. Look at this sister. This is Megan Thee Stallion's natural hair. I said, this sister is beautiful. This sister is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous sister. This is a gorgeous sister. Look at her hair. Look at the natural hair. No, if you got straight hair or whatever, sisters, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying she has a natural beauty that our sisters have, right? The afros, the braids, the curly style, the thick hair, right? Okay? Even if it's pressed or long, you still keeping natural hair or trying to keep it natural. And the reason why I say this is I'm not going in on the sisters for doing certain things with their hair. But like if you wear a blonde wig on your head, you're doing it because of what? Because of your mentality. You have a young mind to where you're easily manipulated. Megan Thee Stallion is getting ready to launch her hair products. Her hair products are not going to sell though. Her hair products, because she's in conflict with herself. There are people that are telling her that this isn't what she promotes when she's singing songs or dancing on stage or on television, or this she doesn't promote this. She's not generally promoting the natural look, a black woman with thick hair or her own hair, right? She's not promoting or pushing that. Okay? She's not promoting this. Okay? She could have a hairline and call it like hair like wool, right? And we could talk about hair like wool. I think this is one of the pictures that I saw, and I said, and she has no makeup on, right? And I said, wow, man, why isn't this promoted? This is the other sister. This is Keke Palmer. Okay? Why isn't this stuff promoted? She comes out with her hair product, and 10 days after she comes out with her hair product, she come out with a new video. And this is the picture for the video. And the video and the song is called Thought Shit. And it got a premiere on Instagram and YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? See her sitting in a politician's office. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a group of people that pay Megan Thee Stallion and pay her to shake her behind. You got a naked Edomite laying in the bed while the women ain't nothing but black women around her. Around him. This is Megan Thee Stallion. Ain't nothing but half-naked sisters. You can't see it, and I'm glad you can't see it because it's disgusting. All their buttocks are out. Their behinds are outside on the other side of they're supposed to be doctors. Black women are supposed to be doctors, right? Number one in going to college. But it's a naked Edomite in the middle of them. What is that saying? That's our mentality, man. We should be against this. We should be highly offended. See, look at her here in this picture. Look at her here in the picture for the video. Look at this. She's got the blonde hair. She wants to be like Marilyn Monroe. We are to teach our black women to be like Marilyn Monroe. This is just an example. And it's not just the sisters, because we are both responsible. Men and women are both responsible. We're both responsible. We're both held accountable. And we both should fight against this. See, she got the blonde hair. Slocky. See, she got the blonde hair right there. And the blonde hair is the Marilyn Monroe thing. Marilyn Monroe was a harlot, a great whore of America. Had sex with every movie actor and actress possibly, movie star. All the politicians she had sex with. And our sisters are taught to be like her. And since Megan Thee Stallion is a black woman, our sister, they make it as if, oh, you can't fight against this because it's your own people. That's a lion's whelp. That's the mentality behind it. All right? That's the lion's whelp, man. Being young, meaning we are exuberant and should be wanting to fight and go against our oppressor. But on the other hand, what are we doing? What is our point and our purpose? Our purpose is to lose. That's what it's become. Let me finish, man. Judah is a lion's whelp. This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion. Meaning Judah is ready. He's ready to fight from the prey. He's ready to go and get his opposition, to go against whatever oppresses him, whatever he is naturally created for. The 12 tribes of Israel, black people, you have been created to serve the Most High. You have been created to be the royal priesthood on the earth. You have been created to be kings. You have been created to be the daughters of Zion, to be princesses. You have been created to be an honorable people, of virtue and value. You are to be a warrior nation. Your men are to be warriors. And the women should back and support them. That is the nation that God created us to be. That is what he called us unto him. Not because we are great in number, but he chose you to be a special people unto him, to take on his name, his image, his identity. In Exodus chapter 15, it says, God is a man of war. Meaning you want to follow after him, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're not to be a coward, a punk, and a sucker. You're not to be a whore and a sodomite. You're not to lay down to the oppressor. You're not to do any and everything. You should be like a lion. You should think, how do we save our children? We save our children by teaching them to be virtuous, not teaching them how to twerk, not teaching them to be thoughts, not teaching them to sell drugs or be gangbangers. To hate their own people, not teaching them to be Christians or Muslims, not teaching them anything other than what the law, statutes, and commandments say. You care about your future? Does anybody care about their future? Black people, do we care about our future? Hell no, we don't care about our future because the candy is too damn good. Whatever feeds the flesh is so damn good, it's more important than our own children. It's more important than our legacy, than our livelihood. It's more important than everything that we do. More important, man. We think that it's become more important. It's more important to be a Republican or a Democrat. It's more important to vote. It's more important to follow America's philosophy. It's more important to join the civil rights movement. It's more important to be LGBTQ. It's more important to be all these things than what the Most High called you to be. Israel, Yashar Allah, Prince of the Power, he that strives with God. No other nation got that title. And we'd rather throw it away. Right? It says it right here. From the prey, my son. It says, my son. We Jacob's son. We Israel's son. He's saying this to us. He's saying, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion. What happens when a lion crouches? What happens when a lion crouches? What happens when a lion crouches? Means a lion is hunting. It's his stance when he crouches because he's getting himself into position, right? This lion is crouching because it's getting ready to pounce on its prey. And that prey that it crouches on, right, feeds himself, feeds his women, feeds his children. Right? The lion crouches, and it's a warlike stance. Okay? When you get in a fighting stance, you are in a fighting position. You crouch down to plant yourself. In case you have to jump or move, your legs will give you the strength and support to move. That's war. We are at war. We're supposed to be in a war position at all times, ready to attack and ready to defend. That is how black men should be. That's how black men should be. When I say black, all 12 tribes, man. Blacks and Hispanics. We should have a warlike mentality, always ready to go. We do it when we do what? When we hate each other. When we hate each other, when it's another brother, when it's a Hispanic, or West Indian, it's a Puerto Rican or a Jamaican, Trinidadian or Cuban, Dominican or Haitian. We continue to do what? We ready to fight each other. When we not the adversary. We not the enemy on the earth that's created the tension between your own brother. Your own brother. Your own brother, right? But we should always look at things and see what's really going on here. Are we being attacked? Are we being under attack? We can't stand each other, your own people. You ready to fight your own people? That is a war tactic. When you get the people inside of one house, one nation, you get these people inside of this one house, and you want to overtake the house. What if we get them to fight each other? You can't turn on social media. You can't go to any outlet with anything of media as a voice and not see a conflict between black men and black women. That conflict always is button heads, bumping, always a fight. Black men versus black women. Black men versus black women. When I say black, once again, it's all 12 tribes, right? We just always at odds with each other, always fighting each other. Don't you think that's a tactic? That's a war tactic. I can overcome them if I can create tension between them for them to always fight and hate each other. Now I can come in and I can control their minds because there's no order or structure, right? We should always see our enemy as the one that created the problem. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The Edomites are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Them ruling over us, they create that tension. We should always be in a warlike mentality to see what the oppressor's objective is. And how can we better ourselves? The reason why you go to war is so that you can have your own. So that we are at war with every other nation on the face of the earth. You're at war with every other nation on the face of the earth just for the simple fact that air has to be breathed in. Because your oppressor will contaminate the air that you breathe in so that he can have more air to breathe in. Am I making this up? I'm lying? Shalom to Magana Mav, Shalom Ba. Right down there in Puerto Rico, there's a small island, I think that's off the coast of Puerto Rico. It's part of Puerto Rico. And I think America, some years back, decades ago, tested like these chemical war missiles or something to where it affected the brothers and sisters on that island. Decades, generations after they did this, it's still affected. They have a high rate of cancer on that island because of the chemicals that they pushed out. Because they always have to have power over their enemies. We got lead in the water. Every major city got lead in the water wherever blacks and Hispanics live. Native Americans are on reservations. On reservations, dying on reservations. That's how you rule over your enemy. Why y'all talk about hate so much? Why y'all, it ain't gotta be that deep. You just don't think that we are at war. You just don't see the contention. It's because you don't really love the Most High and what the Bible says. You really don't love your people. You really don't love yourself. You can't. You know that these are tactics that are used. Why we got the highest HIV rate, AIDS rate? Why we got the highest abortion rate? Why we got the highest divorce rate? Why we got the highest economic disenfranchised? Why do we have the highest of everything negative? Why we got all that? It just came out, right? This is the Post-Standard. This was yesterday's paper. Deaths from heart disease and diabetes spike. In March 2020, a federal medical station for hospital surge capacity was set up in Philadelphia. Earlier this year, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported that nearly 3.4 million Americans died in 2020, an all-time record. Death rates on the rise. The percentage increases by cause of 2020 deaths per 100,000 population compared with 2019. Heart disease went up 3%. Diabetes, 14%. Alzheimer's, 8%. Parkinson's, 11%. High blood pressure, 12%. Stroke, 4%. Data show the biggest increase in death rates for those maladies in at least 20 years. Many probably didn't see a doctor because of COVID. 25 states had more deaths than births. Why are all these things happening? Why are all these things happening? Diabetes rose 24.6%. Now the diabetes increased. Who has diabetes? Who has diabetes? Who has diabetes? Salakia, let me show y'all the guys more. Blacks and Hispanics at a high proportion have diabetes than any other group in this nation. High blood pressure, blacks and Hispanics. And they said and showed, now Joe Biden, President Joe Biden fired the brother. The Surgeon General was a brother, and he was saying all these things. Even Dr. Fauci had to agree with it. All these underlying ailments are killing off black people more with COVID-19 because of all these underlying health elements, and it's due because of slavery, because of the conditions we have been in since slavery and after slavery. You think our oppressor doesn't know that we live in the hood? You think he don't know that? You think the oppressor doesn't know that we still have sexual exploitation and over-sexualized since slavery, and we still have that mentality? You think the oppressor doesn't know these things? The oppressor just doesn't know. The government has no clue that we live in the hood with poor food. Here's a video clip of a black soul food restaurant as they're cooking yams. They lay the yams out, right, in the big pans. The yams, the sweet potatoes, right, which are already naturally sweet. And it's 4 on each side of the table. And a sister has a big bag of Domino's sugar. And she is pouring this. It's got to be a 40-pound bag, 40-pound bag. She's taking this 40-pound bag of sugar and just pouring it. And when I say pour, I'm not talking, she's taking a cup of sugar and putting it in a pan of sweet potatoes. I'm not talking about a teaspoon. I'm not talking about, she's not sprinkling the brown sugar at the top. She's taking a bag, and there's bags of sugar underneath the table. And she's just pouring the sugar all over the sweet potatoes. And it's building a layer of sugar on top of the sweet potato. And somebody of the restaurant, I'm not certain if it was the owner or one of the cooks, said, if you don't like it, then don't come. But black people are eating these sweet potatoes filled with this sugar like this. You know why? Because we have a depression that's caused by our oppressor, right? So bad and so severe that we need all this sugar like this to get some type of more satisfaction of having something sweet, to where it's just too much. It's just ridiculous. But we don't look at it like that. We just look at it as some type of form of having some type of pleasure from this goddamn hell that we're in. So you think our oppressor doesn't know that? Of course he knows that. He knows we're dying of diabetes and high blood pressure because of all this stress and all the madness that we're in. He knows that, man. This ain't nothing new. He knows that. So what does he do? He capitalizes off of it. I was trying to see if they chopped it up. Many patients stop taking care of themselves during the crisis, gaining weight or cutting back on taking high blood pressure medications. Right. You didn't go to the doctor. You didn't go to a hospital. All that shit, you ain't go to the hospital because you didn't want to get the COVID. The hospital told you don't come if you don't feel sick. So, and then all the gyms closed, everything shut down. You ain't had nowhere to go get your medicine. So what did you do? You gained more weight. You got more sick. Because you still were the essential workers, blacks and Hispanics. You still were all the truck drivers, black and Hispanics, bus drivers, nurses, doctors. You blacks and Hispanics made up all the essential healthcare workers, all the essential workers, period. You still was joining the military. Still all the ones working from home, just getting sick and sick and sick and sick. And our oppressor knows it. Let me keep going. Salakia. He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? He crouched like a lion, but like as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Meaning, in his crouching state, he's getting ready to fight, and then he just gets tired. He gets comfortable. Black people have gotten so comfortable with America. We've gotten so comfortable that we are desensitized. We're desensitized to the murder. We're desensitized to abortion. We're desensitized to the drugs. We desensitized to over-sexualization. We desensitized. We are desensitized, so who gonna rouse us up? Who gonna rouse us up? And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Easily put to sleep. We are so easily put to sleep. Easily put to sleep. Let me put this up, man. Let me get this article why I wanted to start this. Let me go to, I'm going to read this precept quick. Psalms 83. Let me read Psalms 83 real quick. Jump in these articles, all right? Psalms chapter 83, I'm going to start with verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still. O God. 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consorted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They want to destroy us. Their objective is for us to be destroyed. That's how they looking at it. They're not looking at it like, let's be friends with them as a people. Let's build with them. Let's join with them. They don't think like that. That's how we think. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. What is crafty counsel? Politics. The Democratic Party is crafty. The Democratic Party is so crafty. For the past 50 years, the Democratic Party has become the Black People Party. Black people just go down the line and just vote Democrat. When voting is against God first and foremost. It's against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It's against Yahweh. It's against the Bible. Bottom line. And you still, in your fight, you go against the Most High, and then you don't even have the clue on what the hell you doing. Joining the Democratic Party. They use some crafty counsel in that Democratic Party. That Democratic Party is crafty. They're commercialized. 2 Chainz was rapping for it. P. Diddy was rapping for it. You get all your celebrities, all your athletes, they vote, go and vote, give you a pen and a sticker like a kid, like a damn child. You get a goddamn sticker. You get ridiculed by these people. You get despised and hated by these people. And what do we still do? We still go and support them and vote them and give them all our love. To hell with that. To hell with that. They have taken crafty counsel. They got black people just believing that they gay. Black people just gay now. You ain't black no more. You done seen the gay pride, gay this, gay. You see all the rainbows and all the fun that they must be having. They having all this fun. They getting all the laws passed for them. So you join up with them and you become them, and now ain't no more black. I saw the black fist. Oh my God. I saw a black power fist with the rainbow flag. It wasn't black, but it was the black fist, but it wasn't black anymore. It was the rainbow flag. I said, they done came in, crept in, and took our image of a fighting image, and just ridiculed the hell out of us. Ridiculed the hell out of us. Didn't ask. Ain't no LGBTQ came to me. They didn't ask to take our symbols. They didn't step aside and say, we just going to do the gay thing over here. They didn't do that. They just took it like an enemy would. And we don't think that the LGBTQ community could be against us because they fight against oppression. They fight against the bullies. They strive with us. You got RuPaul. You got this gay one that's black. You got this lesbian that's black. You got the black transgenders. They all black. They can't be against us. They are. That is crafty counsel. Megan Thee Stallion, she shake her behind. Cardi B, but they're black. They can't be against black people. They can't be against black women. That's black women's liberation. That's crafty counsel. But that's how black people getting the money. They getting the money being entertainers and rappers. Why you against them? That's crafty counsel. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consorted against thy hidden ones. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this article right here. Let me get this article up. Black Virginians, this is the New York Times. Black Virginians took Ralph Northam back. Damn, they took Ralph Northam back. Let me see if I can find it. Black Virginians took him back. We took him back. I think it was blackface. Was it blackface? This is Ralph Northam. This is him right here. This is him right here, y'all. See him? And he makes a joke, painted his face with black soot or some type of, what they used to do, shoe polish. They took something. Oh. He must have probably just got black paint and painted his face and his hands and put on this suit, you know, the long suit like a joke, like a clown with a bow tie, and took a picture with his brother in the goddamn Ku Klux Klan. Alma mater, Virginia Military Institute. The Virginia Military Institute, VMI. The Virginia Military. Didn't I just say you learn how to fight against your enemy? He learned this at the Virginia Military Institute. There are more old drunks than old doctors in the world, so I think I'll have another beer. This is the mind of the enemy, man. Get drunk and get high. The mind of your enemy says get drunk and get high. Oh, Salakia. Let me get back to the art. Neither has forgotten. Black Virginians took Ralph Northam back. Neither has forgotten. Virginia's governor survived a blackface scandal with the help of black Democrats who saw a chance for policy concession. For policy concession. You niggas is weak. I'm going to say it like you dumb niggas can understand. You niggas is weak. You're easily put to sleep. You can't be roused up by nothing righteous because you're easily put to sleep with policy. You talk to a black person that believes in American politics. They believe in the republic and the democracy. You talk to them, you know what they say? We gotta get some policy. We gotta get our feet at the table. We gotta get our hands at the table. You want to eat with the enemy? You want to eat with the oppressor for policy concession. Who saw a chance for policy concession. Both got more from the relationship than they could have imagined. We want a relationship with our oppressor. We want that. And then you go to church on Sunday and say you love God. You's a goddamn lie. You are a goddamn lie. You don't love God. Both got more from the relationship than they could have imagined. Let's see, there you go. There you go, the coward, the bastard right there. Governor Ralph Northam of Virginia said that the scandal over a racist photo in his medical school yearbook changed the political priorities of his administration. Of course. He had to change it. Oh, wait. So now how can I get them on the right side of me? Richmond, Virginia. Alonzo Jones, a black mayor in Southern Virginia, was used to the playbook of a white politician facing allegations of racism. So when Governor Ralph Northam visited his town after a racist photograph was discovered on the governor's medical school yearbook page, Mr. Jones, expected more of the same. A requisite to visit to a, requ- a, re, a, request, a requisite visit to a black church, a news conference with black allies, and promises of growth moving forward. Aww. Did you hear where he went to first? Where do the white racists go when they get caught and exposed for their racism? Where do they go first? Visit to a black church. Visit to a black church. A visit to a black church. Leave that Christianity alone. That Christianity was created by your oppressor to condition your mind so that you will always remain a sucker, a slave, a hoe. Even so, Mr. Jones agreed to a private meeting. What can we do for you? You recalled asking Mr. North. What can I do for you? The governor shot back. Oh, man. One hand washes the other, and they both full of shit. Excuse my language. Right? And soon, to Mr. Jones' surprise, Mr. Northam began making the kinds of statewide changes that the mayor suggested he should do. On a national level, what was the statewide changes? What was the statewide changes? More basketball courts? More food stamps? What was the statewide changes, y'all? More food stamps, more Planned Parenthoods, more centers for the LGBTQ community. What do you do? What do you do? He gave us some jobs. What kind of jobs you got? Well, he gave the kids a summer job. Every summer, they go out there and they pick the cotton and they take it, the cotton, and they get it to where they can make the cotton through the cotton machine and they make their own t-shirts. I don't know. What are the statewide changes? On a national level, Mr. Northam may forever be enshrined as the Democrat who defied calls to resign in the face of unquestionable racism. He was a Democrat. The Republicans and the Democrats are your oppressor, and they are the same. A photograph on his yearbook page, that showed one man in blackface and another in a Ku Klux Klan costume. But among black political leaders and elected officials in Virginia, he is set to leave office with another legacy, becoming the most racially progressive governor in the state's history, whose focus on uplifting black communities since the 2019 scandal will have a tangible and lasting effect. What has he done? What is so progressive that he's done in Virginia? Mr. Northam's art from political para, denounced by nearly every national Democrat, to a popular incumbent with support from black elected officials, and even progressive activists is a complex story of personal growth and political pressure, a testament of how crisis can also provide opportunity. You suckers! You losers! You've lost the battle. Because now he's not racist anymore. Is that what you're saying? He's not racist anymore? You know, when somebody says sorry, and the response to that sorry is what? You only say you're sorry because you got caught. Anybody ever heard that before? You only say sorry because you got caught. Has anyone ever heard that before? Am I making this up? I'm saying something that's outlandish, right? You only say sorry because you got caught. How come he wasn't progressive? He's a Democrat. How come he wasn't progressive before the picture came out in 2019? How come he wasn't progressive when Barack Obama was the president? A so-called black president, right? So-called black man, right? No, he wasn't black. How come he didn't become progressive then? How come he wasn't for the black community then? Well, this came out and he used it to boost his political stance. And now he got more voters than ever. Y'all need to join the ISUPK, man. We need backbone. We need strength. We need boots on the ground. However, it would not have been possible without the black Virginians who rallied around him, even as they stared down immense pressure to help force him from office. Why not get him out of office? Okay, I understand. Y'all not going to do the right thing anyway, right? I understand that. I understand. You're not going to do the right thing. You're not going to leave politics, right? But why not get him out of office and replace him with who you want, a black leader? Why not do that? Why not do that then? Black staff members who stayed in the administration, a legislative black caucus. That black caucus is nothing but a bunch of crackheads, man. That black caucus is horrible. It's vile and grotesque and disgusting. That black caucus is filled with more hate for black people than, oh my goodness, than you could ever imagine, man. That black caucus is horrible. It's grotesque. It's abominable. That black caucus prays, please, they storming the Capitol. In the blood of Jesus, please protect us, Lord, as we hold hands. White Republicans and white Democrats and black Republicans, we all came together, hold hands, and let's pray to white Jesus, please protect. They banging on the doors. I can hear gunshots. I hear these things. Let's pray together that we be protected at this time. Please, Lord, protect us. Protect this white union. Protect this America. Protect America. Please protect the oppressor. Slave masters, please protect the slave masters who wrote the Constitution. Please. Please. And you know who's standing there? Get back! Back up! Back up! We got a party coming up this way. Please get back. Please get back, Mr. White Man. Please. Please get back, Mr. White Man. Please. Stop. I don't want to hit you, Mr. White Man. That's the black caucus right there. That's our leaders. That's our leaders. That chose to focus on policy goals rather than resignation, and a black activist community that quickly followed the lawmakers' strategic lead. All right, let's see. Let's see. The result is a reshaped Virginia since 2019 and aided by a. Here we go. Let me put it on the screen so y'all can see. Y'all can see. Y'all can say, Captain Azania, you wrong, Captain Azania. You wrong, Captain Azania. You wrong about that. It's progressive. We came together and we did it. Oh, Salaki. We did it. Here are the results. The results are in. These are the results. Can y'all see that? I'll make sure y'all see the results. I don't know how to remove the comments. Can anybody tell me how to? Oh, that's how you do it? Oh, Salaki, I should have been done that. I don't think I can read the script anyway, though. All right. Let me see. All right. The results is a reshaped Virginia since 2019 and aided by a Democratic sweep of both state legislative houses. The Commonwealth has become the first state in the South to abolish the death penalty. Oh, they abolished the death penalty. They abolished the death penalty. Now, we know, that's true. We know that the majority of people on death row are black men, black and Hispanic men. So we know. So we took that, but we didn't understand the truth behind it. That's not a solution. That's a solution? That's not a solution at all. The ISUPK has a solution where there will be no black murderers. But we won't be in a position to be falsely accused. Huh? You ain't got to stop your laws, all your laws and all your nonsense. Just give us our brothers back. How about we stop the false accusation? Because all those, the death penalty, right? All those on death row, guess what? They're going to sit there and die in prison 50, 60, 70 years. They're going to die in solitary confinement. They're going to die in the basements, the gutters, the holes underneath your prison. They just going to lay there and die anyway. What are you trying to say? You gave us a cookie and we ate it like some idiots. Allocated more than $300 million to the state's financially struggling black colleges. $300 million to the state's financially struggling black colleges. Listen. Does anybody know how much a ticket is to go see Beyonce? Let me type it in. I'm going to type it in. I'm going to look it up. The average price, with an average price of $167. It costs $167. And the reason why I bring Beyonce up is because when she did her performance at Coachella or whatever that was, right? The whole theme of it was HBCU, was black college, was black pants. Remember she was at the Super Bowl and she had the berets on and the black leather jackets and the black panties. You know, they had all the black leather panties on. Your ass gotta hang out. You gotta get the ass out. If you gotta be black, you gotta be half naked. But anyway, so she took that theme of the black civil rights movement and black liberation and pro-black and HBCUs, and that became her concert thing. And Jay-Z, all black everything. Black businessman. I'm black. Jay-Z and Nas. My president is black. Yeah, black. You take that and you sell a ticket to go see it for $167. That's the average cost. The tour grossed $256 million from 49 sold-out shows. That's one of our superstars. That's one. That's one. That's one of our entertainers. That's one of our athletes, our entertainers, our celebrities, our politicians that raise money. You think black people can't raise money? But because the enemy went ahead and said, I'll allocate more than $300 million. He gave $300 million to the HBCUs, and the HBCUs shut their goddamn mouth. Now they don't speak against them. Now you can't talk about the oppressor at the HBCU because Donald Trump and this Northam, this governor of Virginia, gave money. The Republicans, the Democrats, they gave so much money to the HBCUs. The HBCUs don't speak against the oppression. They're not teaching our children against oppression and how to fight and how to find out who they are. They siding with them. Now you done took their money. So now you got to side with them. Pass sweeping police reform measures. What is that? What's police reform measures, y'all? Anybody know? Anybody know that trash they keep saying? Police reform? I can't stand when they say that police reform trash. What is police reform? The hell do you mean by that? The hell do you mean by police reform? Let me click on it. Police reforms go into effect in Virginia. That was 2019. He said it. Now it's March. This article is March 2nd, 2021. So it took 2 years. Banning police from executing no-knock search warrant. They're not supposed to. They shouldn't do that anyway. Like they downgrading a handful of minor traffic violations to secondary offenses. Prohibiting police from initiating searches based on the smell of marijuana. Mandating racial bias, de-escalation, crisis intervention for y'all giving them more money in overtime. You're giving them more money. You're giving more money to the police department, your enemy. You're giving them so he can have police training on racial bias and de-escalation, so he knows how to talk to black people. We'll bring him in a class and say, yo, hip-hop, this is how you talk to these niggers. This is how you do. This is what you got to do. Be cool with these guys. Come on now. Undergo a psychological evaluation before they can be hired. Who's giving the psychological evaluation? Who's teaching the class? And then who the hell cares? These are grown adults. Limiting when police can use chokeholds and requiring officers to intervene in they should already do this. For something they should do, we acting like, you ever hear, oh my goodness. Whatever. And created the country's first state cabinet level position for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Oh, they got a diversity group. Another damn diversity group. Another rainbow coalition. Another black and white people come together cabinet so we can talk about our differences and how we should really come together and enjoy each other. Shut the hell up. Who the hell falls for this stuff? You mean to tell me you still falling for this simple, basic crap? For some trinkets? For some goddamn cookies? That white guy didn't beat me today. Let's reward him with $10,000. That police department, they didn't choke out everybody. You're rewarding them on things in which should be humane? And why do you want to sit down with them so much? This is Psalms. Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Let me give you the other one, man. Let me go back to Psalms chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinners, nor seateth in the seat of the scornful. Wait, sit in the seat of the scornful? What does that mean? Y'all sitting down with these wicked people. Y'all creating tables with them, cabinets, and coming together with them. Walketh not, nor standeth, nor sitteth in the seat of this. You sitting with them. Why do you want to sit in their seat? That's against the law of the Most High. That's what David said. This is Psalms chapter 1, verse 1. That's how you are blessed. But we doing the opposite. We love to come together with them. Therefore, the ungodly, this verse 5, therefore the ungodly shall stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Why are we perishing? Because we join in their politics. We join in their philosophies. Look at this. This is disgusting. Check this out, y'all. This is the next article. Spelman College becomes second woman's only HBCU to admit transgender students. Spelman Colleges announced that they will open admission and enrollment to transgender students is considered a big step for transgender equality. This is supposed to be a black woman's college. Spelman College announced, hold on, let's lock it up. Spelman College's announcement that they will open admissions and enrollment to transgender students is being considered a big step for transgender awareness and equality. The institution will become the second exclusively for women historically black college and university to implement the policy change when they began admitting transgender students in the fall of 2019. Bennett College was the first to revise the policy in January. Like same-sex colleges all over the country, Spelman is taking into account evolving definitions of gender identity in a changing world and taking steps. You're going to have men up in there. You got men all up in there. Now watch the diseases go rampant at this university. Watch the diseases and the abortion rate go sky high. Watch the dropout rate go high now. Watch. Because you do something against God. You do something against the Most High. You really think that the people that built this up, not Spelman, you really think that the people who really want their children to grow, want their daughters to be intelligent, want their daughters to have beautiful families, and give back to their nation, give back to their communities. You really think they want this? You really think they want this? It was started by a white woman anyway, so. An Edomite anyway, oppressor anyway. changing world and taking steps to ensure that our policies and plans reflect those changes. And amen. So because everybody else changes around you, this is what happens to us. This is what we become. This is what we become. Because everybody else changed around us. This is what our daughters become. Over-sexualized. The image of whoredom. This is what we become, huh? That's what we become. That's what we become, man. This is what we become. Look at this. That's what we become, because everybody else changing. So since everybody else changed, let's just change with them. Let's just join them. Let's just be like them. How about no? How about no? How about we finally find who we are and stand for something? What do we believe in? What do we follow? What is greater than us? Do we have something or identify with something that's greater than us? Let me see here. Anybody got any questions or comments? Questions or comments? Pop them in. Pop them in. What do we believe that's greater than us? Nothing? Nothing? We have nothing to stand on. That's why we're easily put to sleep. And our people continue to say, why you keep talking negative? Why you keep... Because ain't nothing positive. What's positive? What's positive outside the ISUPK? Outside of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, ain't nothing positive. There is no positive. And then when you see something, or you might feel as if it's positive, just because I heard something say, well, the abortion rate went down 10%. The abortion rate went down 10%. You shouldn't be happy until the abortion rate is at 0%. Drug use is at 0%. You should look at your people as if you want them to be saved. Let me see here. Romans chapter 11, verse 26. Romans chapter 11, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. And so all Israel shall be saved. And so all Israel shall be saved. That is a mentality that you love your people more than anybody else. That's a militant mentality. They say God and country. America says God and country, meaning they believe in this country is greater than themselves. They put God, or their belief, at the same equivalent as their country. That's what our enemy's mind is on. What we thinking about? Thought shit? What we thinking about? Kill a nigga, kill a nigga? What we thinking about? The next day to get high? The next way to get high? How can we oppress ourselves even more? How we can join up with the oppressor and the enemy? We got diversity now. You should always be striving for perfection. And so all Israel shall be saved. That is, it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. That's us. That's for us. We should strive for that. Lahab, shalom. I'm going to read that precept, all right? Got Romans chapter 13, 11. I'm going to read it, all right? Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. The water, get a brother a hand, man. Hardcore precept. Absolutely correct, because our people are asleep. Black, Hispanic, Native American people are asleep. We are a sleeping people. Who the hell shall wake you up? Wake the hell up. It's a dream. Martin Luther King had a goddamn dream that we still sleeping from. We still sleeping in a dream. Ralph Northam, the governor of Virginia, he was racist, but let's help out black community. You gonna do what? Give $300 million to HBCUs so that that's so wonderful. He done gave us some crumbs. Do you know what $300 million does to HBCUs? Do you know what it does? You know what happens? Now, when everyone graduates from an HBCU, do they build their own black and Hispanic businesses? Do they strive for their own communities? No. The governor of Virginia just gave us $300 million. So we're going to go back and do what? Go into the government of Virginia, the economics of Virginia, the infrastructure of Virginia, and build up Virginia for our oppressor even greater. How much you want to bet? That's called an overturn. The money that you invest into something, it's going to come back double or more. Or it's just going to come back to you. And it's good for him because it's not his $300 million. It's the taxpayers. It's how the government's getting the $300 million, which is off of the backs of blacks and Hispanics. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is on their back. Now he gets that money through the taxes, puts it and infiltrates it and filters it and says, let's do it like this. Let's give the black colleges the money now. Let's create diversity. Let's tell the police, stop choking them. The police ain't got to choke you no more. They just shoot you. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. With that, Israel, check out Commanding General Yahanna tonight. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, Black Watch, Commanding General Yahanna. Yahanna is spelled Y-A-H-A-N-N-A. Before that, check out the scriptural breakdown class with your questions. General Muhammad 13, Shield General Muhammad, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, ISUPK online classes. Visit the website, www.isupk.com. Pay your tithes, send in donations. Brothers and sisters, keep doing what y'all doing. Shalom to y'all, brothers and sisters, all right? Keep doing what y'all doing. You brothers, man, keep rocking out hardcore, coming up in this troop. More and more troopers and officers being raised up. That's beautiful, man. These camps going out. Sisters, y'all doing marvelous job. All right, from the things y'all doing with y'all sisterhood and creating all these things. Y'all putting pieces of things together, wood and steel together, and making us look marvelous. The water to all y'all, all right? All right? Okay? Yeah, brothers, keep it rocking, all right? With that, Israel, shalom. All right? No, y'all great. For water. Saying Tawab show, great show. No, you brothers and sisters are great. You brothers and sisters are marvelous, man. Y'all brothers and sisters are great. Let me run this back. You know I got to. Oh, Salaki, I was running back. So I was material to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through. We know that you're real, so get you all through. Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just want to call on you. So the devil should wait and play. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way, boy. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat, boy. This shit is too easy. I'm on go, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming, Benny, beats. And the devil screaming out, bloody murder. I'm about to cut the curse. On my grind, bitch, it work. Sorry, all them lies, that ain't working. Niggas weak, they be church. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If it comes to line, I'm gonna back up. And I'ma hit his ass with this pipe. And I come through 300 strong, 144 million nights. All my niggas weak. Men this bitch with the itis. Say, all y'all do the street. Tell y'all do the street. When nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us hit the league. He ain't one of us here free. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Look, that's on my face, bitch. I'm for real with it. I hit the street, put on my bricks, was in the field with it. You saw this cotton bustin' at the Uncle Phil with it. And if my target's on the move, bitch, I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commanding General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's for time for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you pay. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we pace. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no gray shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on, that's cap shit. I keep it on to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngest did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. You might not want to do it, nigga. Ah! Some things you just might not want to do, nigga, Roach. Come through the real way. Like Uncle Fairway.
Yo. It's the kid that comes with the block. You could end up inside of a box when you reaching out was by eye. And the kid is set up by side. Opportunity hit the knock. Oh, that's right there, be the cops.